In this tutorial, I just want to explain a lot of these tools remaining on the toolbar. We've been getting the feel of Gravit Designer in the past by creating shapes. We've been using the pen tool. We've added text. But I do want to just kind of go over a lot of the remaining buttons that are on here. I might not cover all of them. Like that is a basic save icon, and we know how to save an icon. So I'm going to go over most of them. So I do have the circle on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and type the word change. If I make a change to my document and I decide I don't need that change, I can undo what I just added. And it holds a lot in its memory. It holds a lot of steps in its memory, so it took out each letter of the word change. I can also redo, oh, I want that word change back, so there is the word change. So we have an undo button and a redo. I have a tendency to use keyboard shortcuts, so I'm always telling you I'm using Control Z to undo, and opposite of that would be Control Y. So if you like keyboard shortcuts, that would do it. There's a zoom here. I can zoom in and see what my document would look like at 100%. There's a plus, it just adds. Otherwise, I do kind of leave it smaller. This will take what I have dimensions of a social media post right now, 1080 by 1080, and this will fit it to the screen. So if I do happen to move this around, this will shift me back to the screen, like it just fits it right in the middle of the screen. And sometimes when I zoom in on something, it doesn't go exactly where I want it to go, so there is a pan tool here that allows me to take my document and shift it to where I do want to see it. Next tool is a snap tool. So I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to use Control minus to zoom out. I do like the keyboard shortcuts, but I also like this tool to be on. It's a snap tool, and what I love about the snap tool is that it allows these pink lines to show up so I can see where it's centered. So if I didn't have that tool, I don't get those lines, and I can't just automatically figure out where the center is. I'd have to eyeball it a little bit better. But this tool allows me to snap that where I want it to be, and you can pick and choose what you want to snap to. Of course, you can see all of my check marks there. We've been learning the selection tools. We've learned to use shapes and the pen tools. This knife tool will allow me to click and drag over a shape. Let me try that again. So now the shape is cut in half, and I can click on part of the shape, and I can hit delete on the keyboard and delete what I don't want. It's a fast way to make some shapes without having to edit too many anchor points. That would be the knife tool. We've learned to use the text tool. This allows me to import an image. If I want to trace an ice cream cone, I now have an ice cream cone in here that I can work with. I can manipulate these anchor points. Now I have a rounded image. I can resize it. I can rotate it. So my images I can place in there too. If I have the object selected, I can flip it horizontally and vertically. I can rotate it in whatever direction I want it to rotate. In the past, just some more tools. I'm going to add a triangle here and change its color. In the past, I have showed you the modify tool where I can arrange and send an object behind something, but these tools do the same thing. It's a quick button, so I can move something in forward or behind. Those are quick tools to arrange items before and behind. In the previous tutorial, we looked at compound shapes. This button here will convert this to a path, which allows me to use my subselect tool and manipulate these anchor points or add new anchor points if I need to. That was also in a previous lesson, but I think we did it a different way. We right-clicked and we looked for Convert to Path. There is a button here that will allow you to do that. And those are the big tools to use on the toolbar here in Gravit Designer. A little bit of an overview of all of those tools.